to try to identify who is which teammate is like which teammate or teammates are most active in the field
Mhm.
by like their position, what CDs they're using. I feel like that's been kind of like pretty nice, and I also noticed there's some like changes in my like play style as well. Although I mean like it's quite like a short time between this meeting with you and also last meeting. I feel like it's not entirely intuitive for me to like apply this to every game. So
Mhm.
I gotta pay extra attention to that. But I do notice like there is a change and feel like I have been giving like the Suzus and like the heals much more effectively. Like the Suzu's hit rate went up really high and I feel like it's been saving a lot. And I one interesting thing
Mhm.
that I also noticed is that my kind of like damage dealt and um like the kills has been less than before. So
Mm.
I think that it was probably like the playstyle thing. Um Before, like while I was playing, for example, like Brig or something like that, I had more time of like looking around and see where my teammates at. And for like I think for like Kiri, I sometimes pay too much attention on like my mechanics and
Mhm.
sometimes I ignore my teammates and I think the last meeting helps me to like kind of like correct that. But in the meantime, while I was paying like a lot of my attention on okay, where are my teammates at, I sometimes
Mhm.
forget, okay, I still need to deal damage. And now, like, kind of like 2 days ago, I just realized this. And I feel like the best, like, solution that I can come up with is to first, like, get accommodated to, like, make sure um, I have, like, one damage dealt, like, one left click after, like, the right clicks.
Mhm.
Wait. Yeah, I'm saying that reversely. I have like reverse like left and right clicks for Kiri. So yeah, I was trying to like interleave and I haven't really been like get a lot of from that. But I feel like the um noticing the positioning stuff has really also helped me when I was like viewing my own replay codes because sometimes before I wasn't sure like why this like failed like why this team fight failed and when I look at it I sometimes realize okay two of my teammates one tank and one damage is going on point and I'm spending too much time helping a teammate which is like doing one-on-one with someone else on the
Mhm.
other side of the point and if I go to support my tank and my damage on point they can probably win the fight like we can probably win the fight so I get to notice that a lot and I feel like that's pretty nice but I really want to know and it's not like really want to know I feel like is there a is this like a normal learning path to like try to spend more time, try to get used to this idea and try to make this into my instinct?
Yeah, I don't think it's like too easy maybe in a way because there's a lot of information 100%. You can always break it down though, maybe see are you are you consistent with tracking maybe just let's put it this way, yeah, maybe you want to be consistently tracking 1 2 members, later you can track 3 and then 4 and then 5, yeah, constantly increase the number because there's so many things you can be scouting, there are so many things you can look at on the field, quite a lot of info. Yeah, it's not only maybe positioning related, sometimes it can also be cooldowns related, what cooldowns we have, what cooldowns we use, what cooldowns the enemy haven't used. Similar, yeah, it's similar to what same way as about your team. So it definitely takes time. You can definitely narrow it down though, just specifically, yeah, like, understand, are you progressing based on something, yeah, maybe for example, you comfortable with tracking 1 2 cooldowns, great, yeah, you can move to tracking 3 cooldowns and then 4, and eventually you will be like a top 500 level support, tracking almost every possible ability in the game. Yeah, me, I remember when I was consistently like really high rank all the time, like I would be able to track every possible cooldown in a game. I'm still able to do that pretty decently at this level too, at this time too, but because mostly my attention is not on playing anymore, obviously I'm getting better more at coaching and such, but still this is This is the skill you can learn. Yeah, this is the skill you can get better at eventually. Just make sure you progress one step at a time, and will be better. Yeah, will be easier this way.
Sure, sure. I definitely noticed I can track a little bit more than last time because like I was trying to pay more attention and like try to gather more information on the field. I feel like having the intention to do that has helped me a lot.
Yeah, this is what's important. Yeah, the main direction you're taking. Yeah, if you're taking direction the right place, you kind of going step by step in the right direction. This is what matters, honestly. Eventually you'll get better at it, and it's not like you really have to be perfect at scouting at this level to know. You just, all what matters is you got a little bit better. Yeah, maybe 10% better. Then you can move into other thing, get better at that, and then get better at something else, and then go back to your original, yeah, like tracking, scouting, overall. Again, it's the process. Well, we can maybe also talk about that more. It's about this effective practice. How do you structure your practice too? Yeah, if you like, we can focus on that later as well. In the learn some training, I can explain that a lot of ideas which might be useful. How you can structure your process of your training. hmm uh,
Sure.
so yeah, okay, it's this. Is there anything else? Maybe something what you think you do much better currently? What that would be?
Oh, wait, could you repeat your question?
Yeah. What do you think you do much better currently? Like much, yeah. What do you do well currently?
I
Anything?
think
Mm-hmm.
I think as Kiri, my Suzus has been so much better. Like
Mm-hmm.
I I merely like it's only when I'm like super sleepy I miss Suzus. And other time I don't really miss Suzus because I feel like I've been tracking of my teammates' positions and like CDs, my teammates' CDs and enemies' CDs much better than like before. Although it's not like perfect yet, but I tend to know, okay, like for example, Echo is using her E, and like I just try to Suzu it every time when and
Mm-hmm.
preventing deaths a lot. I feel like that's been very obvious in the game, and I definitely feel like a really great like advantage against like those enemies with like high bursts like damage.
Mm,
And
nice.
yeah, I feel like that's been like yeah, really good. And yeah, I basically feel like I've been trying to, and um, for like the supporting teammate part, yeah, I just feel like I'm not 100% consistent, but I feel like I've been like more effective for
Mm-hmm.
like 60% to 70% of the
Yeah,
time.
yeah, this is what matters, honestly. You get slightly better, maybe 10% better, 5% better. We can move into something else, and then eventually we again gonna go back to that theme of target priorities. Sure, anyway, we had there was a pretty brief lesson too, so it's understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So got better this. Anything you think, yeah, anything else maybe you struggle with at the moment? Anything else just besides what you mentioned, maybe, yeah. Anything? What comes to mind? What do you need to work on a little bit more?
Yeah, so like the tracking one is definitely one thing.
Mhm.
Um, let me also take a look. I think I have wrote something down.
Yeah, I see
Um,
the notes. I
yeah,
can also go through those. It's kind of with the concepts. Yeah, you feel comfortable applying the
yeah,
concepts, seeing which teammates are active. That's what you said. Yeah. What you do well, Suzu. Yeah, this is what you said now. And what you struggle. Find that I have been dealing less damage. I also noticed that with Suzu usage, I also need to pay attention to which teammate is being focused on the most. And
yeah,
uh huh.
yeah, and like paying attention and tracking like enemies, alts and CDs. So
Hmm.
that was a yeah, that feels like a lot more stuff to remember.
Mm-hmm.
So, although I think eventually I should do this, but I feel like I definitely need more time to try to remember all of these.
Sure, sure. Do you wanna maybe focus on this damage part a little bit more then, so we will be able, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I think we'll be good. So I can focus on that during today. Later we'll see. Maybe we can work on other ideas as well. I see that we in our notes we marked something like adjusting characters. At least I did. I did mark it. Did we want to talk about that as well? Just how to switch characters, what it's based on, or
Yeah, we can also talk about it.
yeah.
Because I think that Kiri is not like the best hero right now, for the meta.
Mhm.
So I think definitely we can talk about it. I also think at this like level, it's definitely useful to talk about this.
Yeah, yeah. I think okay. Let's just go over fundamentals. This is what I do. I think starting with
Okay.
this, we can talk about adjusting characters, and then we can talk about damage part later too. Mm, yeah, let's do this. And oh yeah, about what you mentioned, if something is not meta, this is okay, honestly, long term. Your idea is, first of all, make sure you enjoy characters which you play. You play Kiri, Brig, Mercy, maybe. Yeah, this is, if you do enjoy those characters, that's what matters, honestly. It's not like you really have to switch because there's a certain meta. Yes, you can be dynamic with your pool, but it's always should be based on what do you enjoy too. This is really important. Yeah, so you're not just playing the character you hate because this way you're not getting any motivation to learn the
Yeah.
characters sometimes. Yeah, so it's okay if certain characters not matter. What we really need to look at is making sure that we understand the big picture. Yeah, making sure that you understand that, oh, I'm suitable in this situation. And you can, yeah, I think we can maybe look at one of the replays and I will explain this idea. You can be following. Do you have any replay, by the way, we can look at?
Yes, let me share this right now. Copy this to you. Oh wait,
Oops.
lol.
It's fine, there's no
That
problem. Yeah, I didn't see that, it's fine.
Oh, that one, there was something unfortunate happened yesterday. My friend's account got banned while nothing happened. Wait, I can just type it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, oh good. Yeah, nice. Okay, can you see my stream just fine as well? Is it working?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, so let's go over this main idea. How do we adjust the characters? Well, I usually mainly say you need to adapt because of two variables. I love this every time, by the way. Whenever I load the replay, I always see this demon back. Okay, so it's first first thing you gotta be looking at is team composition. So I'm just gonna write it down here, maybe. Team composition. Just identifying what your comp is more about. It's not like you're gonna communicate all the time or make sure you do those same Overwatch League level plays. It's just identifying the main direction and making sure you able to adapt because of it. Yeah, it's firstly it's about adapting your playstyle. I guess it's adapting what you do with the character, and later you can also think about swapping. I think you can think about swapping if really team composition you play with is not as good anymore. And I usually like to differentiate on three compositions. Um, First composition is something what's called brawl. Second composition something like dive, and third composition is poke. Uh, in ranked, you will have sort of hybrids. You will have multiple. Let's say, yeah, like there will be no clear direction. Yeah, no clear one direction. But this is fine. All you have to do is to just identify the main direction you're going with. And here, two main directions: brawl, dive, poke. You wanna kind of understand what your team is more about. And are you familiar, first of all, with all of this means? Brawl, dive, poke. Maybe give me examples of some of these compositions if you're familiar with that too.
Yeah, I think Brawl is just, for example, you have like Rhine or like Bap and like those, or like Zarya, those heroes where you usually like play on the ground
Hmm.
and everyone just like move forward. And sometimes with like Lucio, where you can like everyone just goes straight forward.
Yeah, exactly,
and kind
exactly.
of like slams people on the face with
Yeah.
like May and something.
Exactly. Overall, short range comms, you described it pretty well. You need to run the enemy over in a short distance mostly. Those comms are mostly about that. Yeah. What about dive?
Dive is more diving to like others like backlines with heroes like Genji,
Mhm,
Tracer, and like the new hero, what's it called again? Venture and also
mhm.
like um yeah, and like Diva.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also Kiri can also fit where everyone just jumps to the back, and also with like Ball.
Exactly. Yeah. Characters has mobility. Yeah. They can basically. I like to say that those characters can go from long distance to short pretty fast, and this what really matters here. This arrow sort of represents this mobility. I can go from long distance to pretty short in a second because of my mobility. And of course, again, every character, especially new characters, those are pretty versatile. You will find that something like Venture, by the way, they have some ability, but they also pretty they have a lot of this brawl traits too because of all this just how they take the fight and all the shields. It's kind of they gain some of this sustain when they fight up close range. So Venture is gonna be kind of brawl dive character, but your idea is to just again identify always what is that main direction we take in with the character. If you ever wonder, oh, what this character is more about, just see what the what the cooldowns do, how they apply oppression. This way, it helps you to understand, okay, what this character is more about, the main direction, I guess. And the same goes about the compositions. So this is dive, poke any long range compositions. Just something like Ash, Widow, maybe you playing together with the Mercy, Sigma as well. Those are long range compositions. You like to take long fights with those, long sightlines typically. And this way, yeah, usually typically somewhat of a long range character would be suitable in those comps. So this is one most important variable. You need to look into team composition and adjust the character based on that. And maybe even if we see here your comp, okay, what do you think it's more about here? What is the main direction you take in with this?
uh, Brawl, I think.
Pro, yeah. There are some elements of dive too because of the just some mobility you got, yeah. Especially you, Tracer, but mostly it's about brawl, and this is how you think. If we take in brawl direction, what character allows me to complement this win condition? So you will not be maybe playing here. I don't think it's too suitable to play a brick into this comp. Of course, there are situations when you also see the enemy composition too, but this is not as important. Your composition first, that what matters the most, because you always want to play around your strengths. You want to see how do you win with your comp first. Okay, so this comp is about the brawl. That's why Kiri can work quite well, and it's actually been this comp. It's been quite meta as well. Actually, a lot
Yeah.
of people been running this, so this is nice. hmm your first variable. Okay, now the second thing is, which is important, is the map. And the map might be not as strict, but I usually like to again differentiate on three categories. Typically with the maps, I like to say there are short range maps, there are also long range maps, and there are maps with a lot of high grounds. I will give you an example. Short range map can be something like Lijiang Control Center, maybe yeah, this is a good example. Long range map, something like Circuit Royale, Chunky Town, Havana, long sightlines. Typically, again, every map, every point is different, but we just want to kind of understand. Okay, what is this exact point is more about, and pick the character accordingly too as well. High grounds, it's something like Gibraltar, Numbani. It's just this. I usually like to say you want to understand what kind of spaces allow you to control the objective easier. Yeah, if I understand that, okay, if I am able to control the payload with long sightlines better, like on the maps like Circuit Royale, yeah, controlling long sightlines, if you want to control the payload, is really crucial. So this map is more about long range. Something like Numbani, first point, you cannot win. Usually, you cannot win if you're not controlling the high ground. You need to fight the high ground usually. That's to control the point. So this is how you understand what the map is more about, I guess. Okay, this here, yeah, this series sort of is it clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So see, and this is your thought process then. Based on this theory, you want to pick the character most of the time. You just want to identify first what composition you're running. This is something you can look at. This is your strengths, kind of, and then look at the map later. See what map allows you to do, what this map is more about, and pick the character accordingly. Again, maybe I'm running long range composition on something like Havana. I can pick any long range character as well. I can run something like with your hero pool will be mostly what's supporting those snipers. Maybe something like Mercy, yeah, for example. Yeah, you typically will just have more chances to res there as well if somebody is gonna get picked. If you're running more brawl situations in your case, or maybe dive as well, I think Kiri is quite suitable. Brig is more niche in my opinion, but she's like more of a anti-dive character. She's just has some nuances with like because she's close distance. Overall, I could say like she's this brawl character, but she's really suitable against the dive as well. It's something you can keep an eye on when playing her. Uh, I think it's this Brig. There might be also situations I'm trying to think about when you also run your own dive. Actually, can be suitable too sometimes when you want to support the angles, which are hiding around the corner. Because as a Brig, you can pack and then leave the target because the damage is still gonna get healed because the Brig pack is healing over time. Stuff like that. This might be suitable. You'll see sometimes brick and dive compositions. But yeah, mostly I think you cover most of the situations here. It's just you need to understand what is that direction your team's taking, and then look at the map and adjust the character. I think that's it about the series, honestly, about how do you adjust the characters. Of course, there are more nuances, but this is just more fundamentals. Do you have any questions, maybe, about what I mentioned so far?
Not really. I think this definitely makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice. So I'm gonna maybe write down on our notes as well. Yeah, so adapting characters is just based on one. First, comp. Yeah, this is what you're gonna be following. Second, you're gonna be following the map, and comp. It's either brawl, dive, poke, and also map. It's about short range, long range, or high grounds. Okay. I think we can start with looking at your Kiri gameplay, right?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. Yeah, maybe you're gonna have any questions later. Feel free to ask those. And this year, by the way, we will use this, I think, whenever we're gonna talk about compositions and such. Just how do you win as a certainty and like more on a macro level. I think it will be important to also use this, understand it. But yeah, for now, I think we're just gonna pay attention to your individual play more. Like why you're not dealing as much damage. So in a way, yeah, that's it. So you actually start with this left side. Why do you heal right away then? My question to you, yeah, like what is the reason there?
Yeah, because sometimes like the enemies like they may have like for example they do have like Lucio and they have like teleports. They sometimes I see like at this like door, sometimes they walk faster than our teammate and sometimes our teammate gets poked by them. So I kind
Sure,
of like just heal them first just to make sure they don't die on point, like die before they
sure,
even
sure,
get there. And yeah.
sure. My question to you: if your team is getting poked, what? Why not to prevent these guys from poke by shooting the enemy then? Why not to make them hide? What is the difference? Why do we heal here exactly?
Because sometimes they have like a Hanzo
Mhm,
like over, and at this point you can't really see the enemy comp.
mhm,
And at this point it's really easy for like those long range heroes
mhm,
to like poke here. And as a Kiri, if I shoot something over here, I have a higher chance to die. And also, like, my other two teammates aren't here yet. And if
mm,
I die over here, this will be like too risky, so I just healed them.
mm, mhm, mhm, mhm. Because yeah, I'm just asking. Well, because this is really big difference. Well, obviously you need to think about the enemy composition overall. Yeah, what they do, like make sure you don't one shot. But the thing is, if you put too much emphasis on healing, your team is gonna die fast eventually, faster because of the how much pressure they're taking, because you're not making anybody hide. And as a Kiri, because you got so much burst potential, to just be able to do that, it's typically more value on the map because we want to control the area. Yeah, I'm saying, okay, I'm controlling this area here. If I shoot something like maybe even this Diva or Symmetra because I make them hide, this makes it easy for these guys to walk. So it's like not bad to heal. I'm just not entirely sure this is like a good trigger for you to start even doing that and keep them up. It's like definitely not the priority. The priority is like make sure you constantly sneak as much value as possible. So like out of this fight, maybe well, maybe we could farm just slightly a little bit more wool charge because of the also damage initially. It's like not too crucial here, but still something to notice. I'm thinking, how do you deal with what if they have something? Yeah, what if they have something what one shots me? Well, it's just mostly visual scouting. Also, when you're in this poke phase, you still can position in a way like, let's say you're afraid of the long range character. Um, can you position in a way so you're not exposed to long sightlines here to the long range characters and while still being able to deal damage? Well, totally. Yeah, you can lean towards the left side. Yeah, and we just can poke the shorter mid-range angles. Maybe just put emphasis on safety. Yeah, you'll be poking something like towards the tank here, maybe, but still this does more value than just healing the team unnecessarily. You only need to heal them up later once this is really needed. Does it make sense?
This definitely makes sense. This
Y-
poking like mid-range and like short range
yeah,
is definitely a good thing. Yeah,
yeah.
I was also thinking about like how like the damage and the pressure thing. This definitely makes sense. I'll try to do that.
Typically, why it's better to damage? Like damage has more value in the game because of the numbers. Because you in theory can never out heal the damage. That's why it's
Oh.
always yeah. That's why it's always important to put more emphasis on what do you do with your damage win condition. That's why like there are some content creators that exist like they say, oh, you gotta deal damage. Yes, this is true. Like the emphasis on the damage is really important, but you gotta realize it's because of the numbers, because of the how much value you get, how much easier for you to control them up. I can land two shots in the character and this almost kills them, and I can land two Afudas on my one my tank, and this is not creating as much pressure on the area I'm trying to control. That's why, like, because you cannot out heal damage, yeah, putting emphasis on the damage part is really important. How do you nade offensively? How do you maybe, even as a mercy sometimes, how do you bait cooldowns? How do you damage boost? Stuff like that. That's why it's like, yeah, this is how you increase your damage potential. So sneaking value, yeah, like one note is just sneaking value in the poke phase. And yeah, let's keep watching. Let's see.
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
Typically see. Especially the high ranked. By the way, in theory, why it's also not good to like kill initially, because you're stealing your Lucio's ult charge and your damage is more wideable compared to Lucio's at this range. Your kunais do so much more compared to Lucio damage, so he will be putting more emphasis on healing all this cheap damage compared to you. You should be shooting. Your Lucio should be overall. There will be more emphasis for him to heal because of how the character works. He needs to get closer, I guess, with all these projectiles. It's like multiple shots. It's harder to
Ooh.
aim.
I see.
This is this too. I'll just give you multiple things why, but the main one I mentioned why it's just like this mentality of I want to shoot when. Yeah, I guess at this early phases at least. Okay, I think this looks alright. Should be winning. Okay, you healing up this critical members, and then just need to finish the Symmetra. Right. Okay. Now again, emphasis on damage. I mean, on the pressure, just about the pushing up. Maybe shoot somebody here, and mostly your healing. Really, the main triggers for you to heal is like it was before. Is when somebody's critical, and when they are under active pressure. When you see they actively receiving pressure, you see them. Maybe your Junker Queen. She's critical. She's receiving a lot of pressure. Well, you start healing them. Mm, found this diva. Nice. Okay. Well, that's the end of the fight. Yeah, so see they're active, they're taking pressure, they critical, you start healing them. Now they're not critical anymore, you can start shooting. This guy, I guess this is fine because he's high nooning, he's under more pressure. But my question to you, if he's not high nooning and you see this traces, well, like just normal traits and cast, what is your bigger priority to heal here?
I'll
Typically.
probably heal Tracer. Like I'll probably angle. Like I'll probably walk up a little bit more. I'll probably heal the Tracer and kind of shoot this
Mm-hmm.
soldier.
Yeah, exactly. So see, it's always also putting down who is more active, right? I'm healing only when someone is critical, but also when they're under a lot of pressure. But it's mostly it's based on multiple factors: their position, how active they are with the cooldowns. Now I think at this point, just because of the range of the cast, he can do more pressure with the high noon compared to Tracer at this range. So you put emphasis on the cast there was fine, yeah. And then later we what happened? Well, your cast swindled away left and then died. Well, just got deleted by that soldier ultimate. You got your ultimate too. Why do you keep your ultimate? My question is this. Yeah, if we're talking about increasing the pressure, yeah, why not to maybe start your own oppression now? Yeah, what's your thoughts?
Wait, that makes so much sense. I, th I think, yeah, I think I should have do it here. Maybe I was thinking about because like the Junker Queen and the Lucio are like
Mhm,
kind of like backing, and I kind of didn't like kind of. I was probably thinking of maybe we're trying to retreat to like the walls, like right before the point a bit, and then do it old. But now I think it would be much better if I just like do the kitsune if I have it, because
mhm.
I mean we have an advantage, and I think
Sure.
kitsune is much better when we have like when we do it like actively. I think I should definitely do it. And
Mhm.
if I have a kitsune, we might win this fight though, because yeah, soldier is not. And also they have like Mercy and um like Lucio, and I don't think they can. Yeah, probably I can get another Suzu or so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get the cooldowns back and help your team out. I think the main idea here, if you want to be more active with the pressure, yeah, it's
Yeah,
because I can kind of maybe differentiate. So before we said poke phase, I want to do more damage, but in the real fight, I think when the real fight starts, 5v5 starts, I think you got to think about where most of your team can be active. Really think about where they are doing stuff, because some people they tend to think, oh, we should be fighting here, guys. Yeah, like why are we feeding over there? But it doesn't matter. What matters is the most is if you win the fight or not. If you lose this one, no one cares about the point. It's still you're still gonna lose it eventually. It's not like you're gonna
yeah,
sneak too many percentages. So it's always fight where most of your team is active and kind of already seeing it. Okay, we're starting the fight. Use your kitsune right away. Yeah, maybe even before soldier does his ultimate. I'm thinking, yeah, maybe not even waiting for this.
yeah.
Just
Maybe just right now.
yeah, once the brush is over, so it seems like your cast used the high noon, and then these guys are hiding. Well, maybe let them a little bit more. You see, there's a commitment. Like maybe they start doing something something towards you, they start walking, then use it, so they're not able to hide. But definitely, yeah, they definitely, you need to be more proactive. You need to find a way. So you increasing the pressure, and you're not saving it for necessarily for a really long time, because now. Yeah, you guys do sneak quite a lot of percentages there, but now you have to retake. You have your own ultimate there, but you could be already farming another one. And the fight, I'm pretty sure you could have won it. It's just the snowball effect too. You really won the first fight, and a lot of times it's a good signal for you that you most likely might win the entire point later. Usually the first
Makes
fights on
sense.
this maps are so much more important. Like King of the Hill and
Oh.
Flashpoint is so annoying usually for this
Yeah.
for this matter, yeah. Yeah, and here you see like there are less opportunities for you to even use the ultimate. It seems, yeah, it's just so like more tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now there are more chances for you to lose the entire point because of it, right? And
Yeah.
more proactivity. And here, okay, I get this. Yeah, we're healing up this guy's but still sneak. Yeah, maybe even though I need to heal somebody, don't forget that you still can sneak the shots between the fooders, right? So even
Yeah.
though somebody is critical, I still need to shoot. Yeah, maybe I would still say you probably don't need to heal him like fully now. You can just kind of put more emphasis on shooting because he's not critical yet. Yeah, he's under pressure, but there's not too much pressure. He's not critical anymore, so I would be shooting. But then once he gets a little bit towards the critical, I can start healing and then shoot anyway. So you increase the damage. There's no reason for you not to. At the highest level, the best cure is to always sneak the shots between the fooders. It requires you a good position though, like this here. Yeah, need to get there first, but. There's always
Yeah.
finding a way to see the enemy first and then see your team. I think this is what's important. Yeah. Initiation as
Yeah.
ultimate is good. Yeah, there are less chances, unfortunately, but it's alright. It's so unfortunate, right? I think you could have won this first point, definitely. Oh, I
Yeah.
was looking
Wait,
at
why did I switch? Wait, I think that is. Wait.
we're
Let
looking
me
at the
find a
enemy.
different replay though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no
Wait,
problem.
did I
Yeah, we can look
switch?
at whatever.
Wait, I switched. Never mind. Let's not look at this. Let's
Sure,
find
sure,
another one.
sure.
Oh, that's why. Okay.